The core question to me in this second presentation from today is right there. Using LinkedIn as a tool to grow your career. We all know the theory of networks. That in the background, I wish to tell you my story of how LinkedIn helped me find a job at FHSU. When I knew I had an interview, I called admin support. And in my experience, they know everything. And I asked, well, who am I going to be meeting? I got the names down, and lo and behold, I used LinkedIn. I went to the university website. I gathered lots of information about them. I put their name and a photo on a card and jotted down a note that I might say, oh, I read your article, blah, blah, blah. The funniest one was that I had two folks that published books, and I bought both of them. The one never showed for the interview, but the other one did, and I showed it to him, and he said, well, let me autograph this. And he said, to Skip Ward, I look forward to working with you for many years to come. Well, I took that as, well, the decision's been made. So, if you know who you're going to be interviewing with, look them up on LinkedIn. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Every employer expects, when they're recruiting, to have the candidates on LinkedIn. If they're not there, it will raise a red flag. One way to get ahead is to join LinkedIn groups, and they will kind of pull things together for you. Look how many groups they have. Pick a group and join. Take a read. Here's an example of one group I'm in, Harvard Business Review. Ta-da! Procter & Gamble searching for staff. If you clicked there, it would take you to the job openings. Secondly, you can use groups to grow your knowledge on the way as you develop your mastery over a subject. As you know, it takes maybe decades to be a master at what you do. And these are some of the groups that I caught notes on. Here, you could get a free webinar. Another. LinkedIn Pulse began as an app, as you can see to the right, but it's now been integrated into your LinkedIn homepage feed. So you indicate what you want to have information about. Take a read. It's custom information for you. So I found this one on my Pulse app. I could use that in my professional development class. This, again, in a professional development class. This helps in face-to-face 301, encouraging students to do an internship. And finally, LinkedIn Pulse can be used to promote your business itself, like sponsoring webinars. These are just some of the items that came in on Pulse News to me. And of course, it will grow your network. Look at this. This fellow graduated from FHSU, and now he's a communications officer for the United Nations. Well, that's a great contact for me. You'll get invitations. Take a look at this. I rejected this one from Cooper Langley. Oh, I'm sorry. I rejected this one because it's Chinese. And look at that picture. That's the mask from the movie V for Vendetta. Totally unprofessional. Ignore. I wasn't sure of this one. He's the chaplain in my county's sheriff's office. But definitely I picked Megan. She's at the Marriott Hotel, and I'm conducting research in the training offered in Thailand and Cambodia at the Marriott hotels in Thailand this coming summer. So, of course, that's a potential accept. Oh, and when I accepted it, I got all her connections. Babu George is a professor in our department. He's done a great job. Look at how he's built his LinkedIn site. He's developed his own website. He has a Twitter account. WeChat, which is a tool like a texting tool used in China. And take a read at his professional profile. Rather enticing. You can see his passion for what he does. A third item that some folks use LinkedIn is to create a blog, which certainly fits in to our current society. Take a read. You have to keep updating it to keep you in their sight. Sharing updates keeps you connected. And finally, that is important. Updates and sharing. This came off of my site. And as I looked at it, I noticed Russell Purdy. He shared a link. And Russell and I were old colleagues from Shell. We joined Shell Oil about the same time, and I'd lost track with him. And now I found out where he's working and what he's doing. I also found a former student that's changed jobs. I remember talking to him because his previous job was filing foreclosure notices on individuals, and he said it was not a fun job. Well, when I looked up Russell, found out what he was doing, I sent him a note. Oh, then I noticed this guy. I went to school with him. He's from Nashville, Tennessee. I knew his father and him very well, and his mother. So I clicked here, and whoa, there I was on the old Shell page. 46 people. And there's 120,000 Shell employees on LinkedIn. So I actually clicked there and I found an old colleague, Peggy, and I sent her a note to reach back out and stay in touch. Well, I hope this 10-minute video has given you ideas that answer the question of how you might use LinkedIn to grow your career.